And hello everyone, and welcome back to Competitive Sim Racing League. This is Division 2, Race 3. It's a sprint race here around Portugal. I'm your host once again, RWPatTheRock52, and with me today is a very special guest as Silky is sadly out once again. It is NotPop.
Hello, I don't know if my mic is working, but hello guys.
We'll do a quick check on that.
I think so. I pressed to include my audio, so party is being streamed.
Yep, you're in here.
Let's go.
But interesting race we have here with a sprint. We're still waiting on some drivers to join. And right now, Williams, who are dominating the first two races and have nearly a 50-point lead in the constructors, are right now a no-show.
They'll probably turn up later, I see. We'll see.
I would believe so, but if they don't, that's gonna be a rough in the championship. I don't think a team will pass them per se, but they'll lose their giant gap. But Portugal, it's really a very technical track, in my opinion.
It feels similar to other tracks, kind of like Bahrain in Spain, where you just gotta get those solid laps in like every single lap. Like it's not the most, it's unique, but like it feels a lot like other tracks like Spain and Bahrain.
Yeah. There's the track map for you. 15 corners. Lap record by Lewis is a 18.7 on this one. 2.8 miles. Difficulty says it's hard, which I would put it at medium in my opinion. But I mean, you got straights, you got tight corners, you got a bit of everything here. But really, you don't really have a chicane here, though.
A lot of places to make many mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
To turn one and then up towards the first DRS zone, you could say that winding right-hander, you can lock up, or if you're not using no ABS, you can just go off the track and invalidate very slightly. So it'll be tricky.
In my opinion, the best spots to overtake, though, is 1, 4, and 6. That DRS down the 1, you get that hairpin at turn... No, sorry, that's 3, not 4. That hairpin at turn 3 if you send it down the inside, and then the second DRS hairpin.
Trying to overtake at 3 can be sometimes difficult. Usually I find overtaking there, usually after a safety car restart and everyone's just trying to get their ground.
Oh, you can also get that on lap 1 as well.
Yeah, it's hard, though. In my opinion, it's hard to overtake there.
And this is also not a very wide track, so you gotta find the spot to go side by side, because I would say probably about 40% of this track you probably can't go side by side, while others you could go a little bit more. Especially that sector 2. All the tight corners there. It's kind of hard there. Saw some people saying don't send to Saint Devote. This is not Monaco, but still turn 1 on lap 1 is...
Well, it's like a similar corner, but I'd say that the Monaco one is easier in my opinion.
Oh yeah, turn 1 there is much easier in my opinion than turn 1 here. I don't like turn 1 here.
Especially, I mean, it can be hard at Monaco if you invalidate, but besides that, it's not too bad.
Yep. Alright, going back. Oh, we have 15.
Looks like we'll...
It's still not one Williams. God dang it.
We'll probably get a full lobby or close to it, I assume.
I would think we would get close to a full one. And I'm wondering if Williams are even on. Well, we'll see. It'll be a shame if they don't make it today. But it'll be what it'll be at this point. But if you are watching, put your predictions in the chat for what will go down here in this sprint race. You see the grid in front of you. Got some drivers, some of them making their season debut, some returning once again. I know of one penalty. I believe Gaskell will have a 10-second time penalty enforced either on this race or the full race. Oh, we have a Williams. It's a miracle. CSR Hayes, who is behind his teammate by already 17 points. Got very unlucky there in Imola this past week. Hoping for a rebound though. We'll also wait to see if we can get I don't know if is Ronaldo here. Ronaldo is not here. He had a race ban last week, so has 0 points to his name. And what I thought going into race 1 would be the title favorite. Still has 0 points. So if he gets here, maybe we could see him score a few.
From 3rd to 7th place in the Constructors' Championship, they're only separated by 3 points, which could be interesting to see how that changes.
And we have 2 ties. Aston Martin and Haas have 16. Alfa Romeo and Red Bull have 15.
Well, as it stands now, 8th through 3rd looks like it could be close, and 1st looks like they'll break away, and 2nd, it depends.
Yep.
2nd probably could break away, but we'll see. One of the Ferrari drivers is not here, so they will not be scoring as many points as they possibly could.
We're getting one of our Alpine drivers. He just asked me for an invite, which maybe Alpine can score a few points because they are within striking range, really all the way up to P3 if a good race is done.
A 5th place or higher, assuming McLaren,
Oh yeah,
Aston Martin score less than the amount of points to score 19.
yeah. I mean P5 if no one else scores out of all those teams, Alpine will be already in a tie for P3. But I believe we'll go here in a few minutes. Let's see if Bullet's Am I offline? Huh. I hate how that does it. Hold on, let me do this. Online. Alright, I gotta invite, Alright, there's that invite form. But we'll go here in just a few minutes once we get the last few drivers here. And we'll get going. We're getting the last few drivers. And we are starting to ready up. And we are gonna go. And it looks a little overcast here for our one-shot qualifying. No rain on track, so we'll see the soft compound tires, I do believe. And we'll get going here in just a few moments' time. And people are loading into the session now. Oh, Esperanza says Luglon's gonna win at Portimao?
Who is again?
Esperanza says Luglon's gonna win.
Lugladden? Oh, we'll see, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. Hasn't had the best season up to date. I believe he has only 1 or 2 points in championship. I could be wrong about that number, though. Oh, let's see here. Lugladden has 3 points. So,
We'll see if we
that
can.
would be a big turnaround.
I guess we can see if he turns it around here today.
Yep. Sprint race, I believe the way we do it is 10-1? Maybe? I don't remember. But here we go. We do have CSR Hayes, who is second in championship, and will get his lap here. On board with him down to turn 1. Run the curb. Running a bit wide out of 1. Holds it 2. Finds that apex into 3. Does he time to DRS? He does perfectly. And Utmost leads us through Sector 1 with a bit of a grid reshuffling.
As I go through Sector 1, it looks like CSR Hayes was running more down for it, but we'll see if he can make up the time. Oh! Appears like he's gone wide, but he has invalidated. But he will be starting at the back along with everyone else who has as well.
Hayes is not valid.
This looks like it could be a Ferrari 1-2 in one-shot qualifying.
It could. We also have the mediums running in the top 5 from Ian Lee and F1 Raccoon.
Looks close between Amos and Lucas Tonini. I believe Amos might be running less downforce, so let's see to the line. Pretty close.
Mystic? It is Mystic. Whoa!
Amos goes back down to 5th.
Did that just say 0.4 of a second he got pole?
I think that's 0.3, maybe?
3/4? Almost 0.4. That's a big difference right there. But there you have it in this one-shot qualifying. It's Mystic on pole, followed by Lucas Nassamar.
Did CSR Hayes disqualify because he still set a time that's 7th? Because on my screen it said that he invalidated his lap.
On mine he was valid, but the disqualifications were Xavi, Lugladen, Brosty, and Gas Girl.
Okay, I think my game's just broken then.
You might have been watching Gas Girl, to be honest. But there you have it. There's our grid for the sprint race. And for Efronzo's prediction, it would need a big comeback, 18th to 1st. That's a big ask, especially in a sprint race. Also, this is be a very long sprint race, 17 laps, and we'll have 34 in the real race. Yikes. There's our last driver joining now. Hopefully he's able to join and get a car. Looks overcast again. Maybe we'll have a dry race. We'll see. But I would think most drivers should start on the softs, go to mediums around lap 8? 7 or 8, I would assume. I don't know the strategy off the top of my head. But I feel like 10 laps on mediums is not gonna ruin your race by any means. Your thoughts?
I think the strategy around Portimao, you can obviously do a one-stop, as I've experienced before, but if you're running the softs versus the mediums, it really depends. If you're on the mediums, but you can get into the DRS train, and that's great for you. But if you're on the softs and you are pulling our long medium runners, then that's obviously not beneficial.
Yeah, the AWS is saying around 8 to 12 for softs to mediums, which I would think is preferred, especially with 17 laps since it's 25 for sprint.
Judging on how often safety cars usually happen overall in the races, I feel like the softs are a safer tire to start on. But if there are no safety cars, the mediums usually perform better.
Yep. But here's our grid. Mystic on pole, Lucas P2, Manic P3, Ian Lee qualifying on the mediums in P4. We'll see what he can do on those tires, because he'll be going about 10 to 12 laps on those tires before he can pit for the softs to be safe. Utmost P5 in the Ferrari, which was looking like a 1-3 until the line happened. Just really close drivers at the end. Raccoon, reserve driver for Alpine on the mediums. Then we have CSR Hayes on the softs, J Street on the softs, Coda on the softs, GG, Alan, Captain Mad Max, Louise, Yam Clan Leader on the mediums, Miraz also on the mediums, CSR Gas Girl, Level Brosty on the mediums, CSR Lugladen, and Xavi. And that rounds out our grid. But should be interesting as we're also seeing a gap form on the formation lap, which could screw over the leaders. Go on board with Xavi to the grid slot, and then we'll go back up to the leaders for the start of the race. this is just one of those tracks where we may not see too many moves into one with a short run.
Wonder if we'll see any carnage with people getting kind of squeezed in the inside.
I would not be surprised.
Here we go.
Yep. As Zabi's into his grid slot, we are getting the final loading screen. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we have lights out and away we go. Everyone gets a good start from what it looks like on my screen. And Mystic's starting to pull away. And there's contact in the back of Mercedes going off. That's Allen. And we have carnage all over the place.
Oh, a big shunt by the McLaren into CSR Hayes.
Oh.
Amos is out.
And Atmos already has a time penalty. We have 2 time penalties already.
From what I saw, one of the McLarens kind of flew into Hayes, but Amos was in front of them and he got a time penalty, so it was kind of hard to see what happened. But some contact definitely occurred.
Yeah, we got battles all over the place right now since the first lap. One of the big ones is up for P4. Raccoon chasing down Hayes, who was right with him a second ago, but Hayes got that monster exit on those soft tires compared to the mediums.
Hayes does have a penalty, but I could only assume it does get removed.
We'll see. There was a lot of contact going on to start the race, which if only we had replay, because I would want to see that again.
As they come along to the main straight now, Mystic is leading by almost a second. CSR Manic 5/10 behind Lucas Tonini in second.
Yeah. Mystic looking dominant in qualifying and looking the same way to start the race. Rossi having to go off the track to avoid Gladden. Meanwhile, we have a Williams off the track. That is Gas Girl. We might try something there around the outside into 3.
Atmo's gonna send one down the inside of Yam Clan leader. That's he used to be a clean move, but he is passed up into 11th.
Especially without DRS, you gotta have the guts to make that move if you're gonna do it. And Clan leader gets him right back. I think Atmos is running a bit more downforce than Yam right now.
For the battle,
And Gascroll all over Atmos.
the battle for the front two, it appears to me that Lucas Tonini's trying to keep into Mystic's DRS range very desperately, as Mystic has over 70 ERS and Lucas Tonini just above 35.
Yep. Oh, and we have a speeding to the pits penalty for Zavi. Lucas did pull the fastest lap there, but is pretty much running on empty on his ERS at the moment. Nearly 9/10 back at the start of the DRS straight from 4 to 5. Oh, we have yellow flags. That's McLaren and Alpine. That's Brosty and Ian Lee having a moment there. Don't think, yeah, neither one on my end has damage, so they should be good to keep going in the race.
Close battle for 10th place between 3 cars in between 6/10 of a second.
That battle really goes all the way down to 15th.
Gasgirl doesn't have DRS, so we'll see how they defend from Yamclan leader and Atmos.
Yep. Gasgirl draining his battery there. Pretty much the only way to keep them that far back. But here comes Atmos. He's just going to be too far back to get the move done. So Gasgirl well done with the ERS to defend. But does he have enough to defend into 6? And Gastro has a 3-second time penalty there for track limits. We also have a giant battle over here. P7 and P6. We have Blue Glide chasing down Raccoon. Oh, and there goes Mad Max!
Mad Max is spun on one of the deadliest corners on this track. You have to be so careful not to turn in too
and there
hard.
It goes again.
Oh, another one.
And he's gonna drop all the way to P17. Mad Max does get a 3-second.
See how Raccoon F1 defends here from Lugladen. And Coda, yellow flag. Looks like Mad Max spun again.
Yep.
Probably overheated tires.
Oh, and Hayes coming in for an early pit stop.
CSR Lugladen.
But
Lugladen up 13 positions. Goes up to 14 positions from his original starting spot of P8.
GDG trying to go down the inside, but that's not gonna work. Coda in a DRS train, trying to get past Raccoon, and he's not gonna get it done. Thought he might get him on exit, but Raccoon just pace. But here he comes. Almost had a look, but if he tried it there would have been a big incident.
Ooh, I'm wondering when Coda will just send it on the inside. He's trying to be cautious here.
If I had the bet, he's probably gonna make a move down to 1 if he can start to close up here.
Raccoon has so much ERS, and he has CSR Lugladen's DRS too, so it'll be difficult.
Yep.
Coda probably will have to just make the pass into a corner that probably doesn't have DRS.
Hayes onto the medium tires. Didn't check what he put it on. But I bet Raccoon might have Luke Lon into 1. He actually does not. Interesting. I thought he was going to have that move done. More time penalties. Another one for Gasgro and Atmos.
Mystic has moved 1.2 seconds away out of Lucas's DRS. Same that Lucas did to Manic. Wonder if they'll catch each other later in the race. This should be close.
Yep. Pit stops will play a big factor in it, for sure. As since we don't have the sprint race feature, which is coming in the next game, mandatory pit stops still exist.
Interesting to see Lugladen's position here. He has the soft tire, but he is running very low on ERS, and looks like Raccoon could just overtake him. That will at this point.
His tires are definitely dying off there a little bit as he's been running wide at multiple corners in Sector 2.
Looks like it.
Which Raccoon looks to be that much closer to get a move done as Lucas is in the pits.
Raccoon closing up now, not using any ERS. Now he turns it on. He's gonna go.
Oh, he's got that move done.
Yeah, it's a clean move. Nothing that.
And Lublin gets him back.
Ooh.
Wow, I didn't see that coming.
And Coda trying to get in the action as well.
Yeah.
I thought Raccoon was gonna have it. I feel like he was being a little too frugal
and there
with
goes
his
GDG.
ERS.
And there was also Coda.
Coda and GDG are down. Oh, but GDG
Hayes
is
goes the fastest
still.
lap of the race.
Mystic extending his advantage to 3.5 seconds.
If you were Mystic and seeing that battle with Lucas, do you come in now to cover him off, or do you try to stick it out a few laps?
Oh no, I speak just in like it's league racing, and I feel like if you try to stay allowed as long as you possibly can, because there might be a safety car, and there might also you don't want to get stuck behind other cars. So I would stay out as long as he possibly
He's staying
could.
out. While Manic's coming in, so Luglon is now going to be netting P2. No, he's coming in. And so is Raccoon stays out.
Mistake with a 10-second
are.
gap to second.
Wow. Now most of our medium runners who started on mediums are now well into the top 10. The real question is, when do they come in? Which I had to guess probably around lap 12, so in there are 4 laps or so.
Everyone inside the top 10 has yet to stop. And everyone in the bottom 11 has stopped.
Oh, is
Besides
that
Mad
Yam
Max.
off? Yam is off. He has damage, it appears. No, apparently that was a little glitch on my end. He has no damage. Meanwhile, Ian Lee did just get past Miraz. Keep an eye on this battle as Miraz thought about sending it there, but backed out of it. So Koda's capitalizing on that ball, closing up now down to 4/10, 5/10. Louise gets a 3-second time penalty. Full penalties real quick. Xavi has 14 seconds. Wow. 3 seconds for Captain Mad Max, Hayes, Koda, and Midas. 6 seconds for Gas Girl, Atmos, and Louise. As Gas Girl and Atmos have boxed. And they'll go on to the mediums. We'll run to the end, most likely. Meanwhile, we do have a big battle for third from Ian Lee, Miraz, and Koda. Broski and J Street both want to get involved, but they're not close enough yet.
Very curious on when Mystic will pick, because it appears now that maybe 1 or 2 more laps and he could come in. As he does have a 17-second gap to 4th, so it looks like he probably would come out around 7th.
Yeah, he'd be coming around right now behind J Street, but he'd be racing Lucas on the exit.
And he's coming in.
And he's
We'll
coming
see
in.
where he comes out.
We'll keep an eye on him.
With the safety car
should
from
go on to the meetings.
with the safety car from Raccoon could. Oh, he's gonna come in too. I would have waited, but
Really?
I guess to play it safe, you have to pit.
I mean, 7-8 laps on softs aren't terrible. Not recommended. Ian Lee's in as well. Brosty's gonna take the lead of this race. Actually, no, that's Midas.
Lucas coming down
Mystic,
the
meanwhile, is
Lucas coming down the main straight. He will be just 3 to 4 seconds away from Mystic.
Wow. And Hayes goes another fast lap. He's now up into P7. Could he get P6? No, Raccoon comes out just ahead.
Now you got P6 right here though.
Yep, he'll get him right here. The move is looking to be done. Yeah. And Lublin having to avoid Raccoon there. DRS
Raccoon will probably send it down the inside here.
Oh, and Lublin hits Hayes. He's hitting Hayes.
And
Hayes
gets
gets
a
another time
penalty for
penalty.
that.
That should get removed.
I can only assume so, as it really was nothing. It was someone else's fault, but
From what I saw, Lublin was hitting him and forcing him off the track there, so in my opinion, that should get removed as it was an incident rather than a mistake.
Brosty 1 second away from Midas, but they have not pit yet, so it doesn't look like they are in the battle for the lead.
And they're coming in now, so Mystic will retake the lead of this race.
7 laps to go. And Mystic looks pretty comfortable so far.
Yeah, he's looked very good in this race.
He hasn't been thrown once, and he still has a 2.0
And Lucas gets a time penalty!
That's even
Wow.
better news for Mystic. And SRS, Maniac. So he might be able to get back into the front row of the grid.
Yeah, 2 seconds behind Lucas right now. If he stays there, he's already in P2.
4th to 7th in an interesting battle. They are all within around a second of each other.
Oh, yellow
And
flags.
that
That
is
is
Coda again. Not good
He's
luck for
got
him
it going once
today.
again. Really bad luck for the Red Bulls today. Him and Mad Max. On board with Hayes as he's chasing down Raccoon. Which Raccoon should have the pace advantage with those brand new softs compared to the 5-lap old mediums.
TSR Hayes desperately trying to get into his DRS now. He is going to be just barely out of it.
Yeah, 10th back. Could Luke Lawn get something out of this then? On board with him as he's chasing down Hayes. And Raccoon goes to 19 dead. That's a nice lap. He gets another time penalty there. Ian Lee goes to 18-9.
CSR Hayes under attack now. Looking from far away back is going to send one.
Oh!
Going to hit Hayes.
That's it.
And Hayes kind of has to sit.
It's the second time today.
Hayes very close. Oh, and they've hit each other again. Surely he's got damage from that.
Are they both
Oh,
gone
they're
off?
off the track. I don't know if it's just a spectator camera, but there's like no way Hayes doesn't have damage.
Apparently on my end it's good, and same with Lugladen. They might also have phantom damage if they have anything.
And watching Hayes' onboard, it looks like he could have damage, or because the Lugladen's behind
all
him.
over him. Oh!
Oh, dirty driving. Here we go.
Hayes gets a penalty there, which I believe was justified after what he did to Lugladen. Hayes has retired.
You can only assume he was a little upset for Lugladen forcing him off the track.
Yep.
Now Ian on the back of Lugladen, seeking to capitalize with his softer tires.
Will not get DRS though. But Lugladen might have some slight front wing damage as
GDG.
There's GDG off. Got it going now, but Allen will get by, and he's now down to P17. Meanwhile, we do have a battle for P9 as Gaskell is right on Brosty, and Otmos has gone off the track. Otmos is off the track. It's that tricky uphill right-hander that's getting everyone today, and Otmos gets another time penalty. Meanwhile, though, we go back up to the battle for P5 with Ian Lee, who will get DRS off Luke Blanc, be about 4/10 back. If he can get this corner right, I think we could see a move down to turn 1. And man gets a time penalty. That's not going to help him against Lucas. Ian Lee did not get by there. He'll get DRS once again.
They'll have a better run down to turn 6 it is, or 6 or 5, I guess.
5.
Lugladen's going to go to the inside.
Round the outside?
Be difficult.
Maybe it's... No.
Yeah, a little too wide there.
Ran wide.
Penalty.
And he gets a time penalty for his troubles.
And I think that's kind of a flaw of an F1 game, because he didn't really gain any advantage, and he was just trying to go for an overtake, and he got a penalty.
He more lost advantage there.
Ian trying to sweep by.
Oh, and yellow flags.
Atmos and
Mercedes off. It's Luis.
Oh, it's Luis.
The uphill right-hander again. And he's down to P15. Mercedes not having a great race at all. P15 and P16.
Ian just 3/10 back now.
Up to Ian. He could get the move done here.
Both of them under 10% ERS.
Oh, I bet Ian Lee has
Ian Lee, probably a 6 mile an hour advantage. Gonna go right past.
Yeah.
Lugladen could fight this back.
Well, I'm getting him into 5. It's now becoming overcast again.
Lugladen, kind of a bad exit there.
Yeah.
But it will be close as he is getting extremely quickly. He has like a 6-mile-an-hour advantage.
Yep.
F1 Raccoon starting to break the gap. Trying to close in on Maniac with his penalty.
Which, if he gets inside that 3-second window, he's going to be onto the podium. Pull up penalties in their time to show everyone where everyone is. A lot more penalties on the board. Lucas and Manic, Ian Lee, Lugladen, Midas, Coda, GDG, and Mad Max all have 3 seconds. As Coda goes off again, uphill right-hander strikes again.
Emo's off the track with Gasgirl. Young Pen Leader goes past. Do they award points for top 6 or top 8 here?
I believe it might be top 10. It might be 10 to 1.
Oh.
The way they do it now. Wait, no, it's 8 to 1. It might be. I don't know. I don't know if there's a rule change during the season break.
Some more misery.
Coda. He's now up to 6 seconds. Gaskell with 9, Opnos with 9. Louise with 12, Zavi with 17. So lots of penalties all over the place.
Lugladen
as
has
was losing
spun.
positions. And Midas gets a penalty. And really we have a battle for P9 as Gaskell, Clan Leader, and Opmos are all battling. And Gaskell gets another time penalty. And Opmos just hit Clan Leader twice. Maybe just slightly misses breaking point with that DRS. Just mistiming it. Yellow flags. That's GDG off again. He lost it out of 4.
Mystic was just under a lap to go. It looked
Mystic
perfect
now
today.
with a lap to go. Or no.
Less than a lap.
I'm sorry. No, it is left. It's the last one. I believe Louise might have. Lobby. But Mystics looked very good in this race. The question is, though, can he carry it over to the full 50% race? We'll just have to wait and see. Going back to this battle for P9. They're now on their final lap. A little surprised, no one was lapped and we only had 1 DNF.
Yeah, no safety cars. I'm honestly pretty surprised considering there were a lot amount of spins, but not that many like big crashes on this track.
Oh, and there's, speaking of a spin, there's Coda off at the exit of 1 and he resets the track.
Mystic after 17 laps is gonna win the sprint race with his appeared to be main rival 6.5 seconds back.
Yep. What a drive from Mystic.
Raccoon 2.6 back.
Lead us off.
Just power to the line now, and that should be a P3 start. Or Raccoon.
Manic P3 for the moment, but here comes Raccoon,
With the
and he is
fastest lap.
P3.
What a lap.
Whoa!
18-5.
Nice lap there, and Louise is out. We had our second DNF on the final lap. Lugla moves up to P7. Here comes Gaskell around the final corner. Yam's going to get him off penalties, but Gaskell on track is P9. Then here comes Yam Clan Leader into P9. J Street's P10, Gaskell P11, Opmos P12. Zavi's going to move down the grid with his ton of penalties. Allen will get him. He moves up to P12, actually. Talk about promotion off penalties. Coda, I believe he'll stay P15, and he will. And there's your grid for the main race. Alright, once we get back to the lobby, we'll set up for the 50% race and the custom grid. But there you have it, Raccoon on the last level, 18.5. That's a great lap. I believe he beat it by 0.3 of a second over our last one. Yeah, 18.89 by Yam. But NotPop, your thoughts on that race?
A lot of spins. That's all I could say. But
Yeah.
not too many big crashes. Just looks like if you stay on the track, you should have a good enough finish. Top 5-ish.
Yep.
Because Mystic.
I mean, I was at that point with this track. Were you not surprised with that uphill right-hander with the mouse spins?
Yeah, there was a lot of spins there. But
I was a little surprised with the going down to turn 1. We had that 3-way crash.
a lot of penalties too. Yeah, on the first lap, I saw. I don't know what happened. It happened so quickly.
And now we were still on the straight. We weren't even going into turn 1 yet.
See if they can keep it clean going into turn 1 of the featured race.
Let me check the Twitch chat. Alright, as I set this now up for the 50%. Everyone put your thoughts for the race, so Mystic. Then Louise. Alright, P4 is Manic. P5 is Brosty. P6 me. Is Luke Wadden. Miraz. P9 is Yam. P10 J Street. P11 Gasker. P12 Allen. Ave. 15 Florida. 16 Mad Max. 17 GDG. Wait, why is he? I mess up somewhere. Well, that's what I did. Whoops. You go to P18. You go up to P2. Knew I made a mistake somewhere. CSR Hayes. Yep, that's everything. Confirm. And alright, so the grid is set. We will have a full grid. Make this a little bit more exciting. 33 laps. This is going to be a long one here, NotPop.
Well, 45-ish minutes. I guess it could go a lot longer, depending on the weather or safety cars.
Hopefully no safety cars makes it a lot easier on us.
See all the
And
carnage.
hopefully we get some good racing throughout. Because sometimes I find in some of these tracks, you lose battles for like 10-15 minutes, so you're just watching the leaders at that point.
Yeah, I find tracks like Britain especially, like a lot of people are like very decent at that track, so you can see
Yeah.
a long line of cars. Raced Britain one time, and there was
And,
like for like 10 laps, it was just second to like ninth, just all together.
yeah, that DRS train.
First place was kind of breaking away, but they later spun out, so
Yeah.
didn't matter for them at that point.
Well, it looks beautiful on track today. Must say. Nice sunny skies, partly cloudy. Hopefully it doesn't switch to rain.
Everyone picking up their setup, someone started immediately. Looks like they didn't get a setup.
Oh no, this is the initial loading phase. They're still
Oh, I
doing
didn't
like
know.
the tire strat and everything.
I didn't.
Like with the spectators, we really don't have to see that. We go right into the track.
All I can see is the garages, the Mercedes and Red Bull.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing, but I'm looking more at weather with the outside look. Posing the question in the chat, asking if there's rain on the radar. Rain always makes it interesting for us.
Yeah, usually can
Shakes.
shake up the grid a little bit, and some drivers are
Yep.
slightly better in the rain. So
Yeah. But
drive.
you could see, really, going back to what Efronza said earlier, this is where you could think maybe Luglan might sneak his way up to the podium, if not the lead. Efronzo made his prediction for the race. Mystic Ian Raccoon.
It looks like it
Oh.
could be possible, because
Efronzo says, "Pop, sit in my face."
um
Interesting.
I don't know how to respond to that one, but I guess he could be
I
right.
don't know how to respond to that either. That's a interesting thing.
I've certainly
Let's see,
raced
they weren't-
in the rain, and a gap in the dry can be eliminated in the wet, so pull away for the formation lap.
Oh, and Zavi's already been disqualified. All right. We have that, but I mean, I said medium tires. Look at the grid. Mostly mediums. Which we got Mystic, Lucas, Raccoon, Manic on the softs, Brosty, Ian Lee, Luke Glide on the softs, Midas, Yam, J Street, Gas Girl, Allen, Atmos on the softs, Zavi disqualified immediately. Coda on the mediums, Mad Max, GDG, Louise Hayes all on the softs, and then DV joining us for the main race on the mediums. But, I mean, yeah, the game says one stop mediums hards or softs hards, but I would think the preferred one would be medium, medium soft, or medium soft soft, soft, medium soft, one of those variations.
I don't know, like 3 or 4 times I ran this track, I just went medium soft, or soft medium, and it worked.
Alright.
Because I had like,
We did have another disqualification. Louise and Hayes come together.
I'm assuming there was, when I raced, there was no safety car, so if there's no safety car,
Rain 10 to 15 minutes! 10 to 15 minutes!
well, for anyone who started on the soft tire, if they can make it last, and until the rain,
Mediums are perfect for 10 to 15 minutes. And Brosy's been disqualified now.
I don't know, 15 minutes could be like, probably like 10 laps, and you on the softs, you can get up the order and defend pretty well
Softs
that
will
time.
die, though, really around lap 9. Lap 9 or 10. They're
Well, I think you could.
starting to
I
fade.
think you could run them for like 14 laps before you
Yeah.
probably have to.
But yeah,
come
you can
in.
definitely run it 14 laps, but I mean, by lap 9 or so, they're fading on you.
I'd say like yeah, around 10. I think they start to become equal to the medium. But I guess sometimes I feel that when I'm on a soft tire for a long time, I start to get like a lot quicker, like comparatively compared
Well, I
to the
mean, they
mediums.
have
Cause I'm like
in
used
this
to it.
game, especially with
Like,
this track, they got the graining period down, for sure.
sometimes it feels good to be on old tires if you've been on them for a long time. You kind of just like know
Yeah.
how much you can push like very well. I've had a lot of instances of
Yep, and-
being totally comfortable, but then I switch onto new tires and it's no comfort at all. Even though they should
Here
be
we go.
better.
DV's now into his grid slot. We had multiple disqualifications this time. So we'll have some people struggling on the start with cold tires, which will make it interesting. We know rain is on the way. The lights are coming on. 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. Everyone appears to have a decent start. No spins off the start, and we already have a three-way. And Raccoon going for the lead on lap 1. It's Lucas by Raccoon by Mystic. And Manic. Looks like everyone was able to get through turn 1 okay. We have yellow flags. I don't know who that is. It's Gas Girl.
I think we're all through. Oh!
Oh, and there's Ian Lee off.
All the way down to 20th place.
And he's in
Contact.
the wall.
Oh, Maniac has gotten spun by Lug Bottom.
And he's now down in the P8. Bit more incidents than the last race, but still a long way to go, and Rain's inbound, so their race is definitely not over yet. As Manic going to get past his teammates. Softs a lot quicker than those mediums to start, and there's contact between Yam and Allen. Also, Luis seemed to have a moment. He's down to P19. Random yellow flag moments. Good lobby.
That's a Formula 1 game.
But we're going to go on board with Luke Lyons. He's chasing down Brosty. 4P4. Lucas goes to 22.4 on the mediums. Here comes Luke Lyons on the softs. Purple sector 3. And he's going to go inside. Nearly contact. He might have been contact. And Luke Lyons in P4.
I couldn't always have to have a lot of trust that no one turns in on you. Oh, Atmos down into P18. Looked like he has spun or got hit.
He's going once again, so not significant damage. We'll take a look at him real quick.
Doesn't
Looks
look
good
like
on my end.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I don't see a lot of people getting like big damage from crashes. I just see them kind of spinning out, which is very possible to like knock a wheel.
But meanwhile, I have a big battle here for P2. Mystic and Raccoon are going at it.
DRS is going to be enabled this lap. See if Raccoon can stay within Lucas's DRS. He is gaining. I noticed Raccoon is. Oh!
And Lucas has a 10-second time penalty.
Oh, he spun off the track. That's his race.
Whoa.
Looks up to be over. I don't know if, can he serve that penalty? I know you can serve 5 seconds, but...
You can serve 5, so 5 will be removed from it. He'll have another 5 then. Or split in half. Raccoon, LeBlanc goes to 20 dead. And it looks like Lucas didn't get any damage from that, so he's going to still keep going. He's down to P9.
Mystic gonna have DRS into turn 5, 6, I have no idea.
Ian Lee at 19.9 on the mediums.
I've noticed that Raccoon is very frugal with their ERS. But both are similar, not looking to be too aggressive in the early stages. You know, they do have what appears to be aggressive Rugladen behind them. We'll see how they deal with him coming through the field.
Yep. And Luglan's shown pace at moments. We know that, but he just gets unlucky at certain points. It gets a little too aggressive at times as well. So if he could keep calm and do what he can do off pace alone, I feel like he could make an impact in this race.
I think he could probably win the race if he doesn't make any mistakes, because in CSRL Tier 1 Brazil, CSR Tier 1 Bahrain,
CSRL.
He went up probably like 10 or 12 positions within like a couple laps, but then I think he got kind of hit or he spun out, so potential there was gone.
We'll go on board with Mystic as he's going to get DRS from Raccoon.
Once again, both of them being
Not using
very
any
conservative
ERS.
with their ERS.
Oh, and he's got that
close.
He's got it.
All this overtaking with no ERS and offline is helping Lugladen catch up. And the sooner the rain comes, the better for everyone running with soft tires. Hoda, 3-second penalty,
yellow flags.
and
There's
he spun out
multiple cars
again.
off.
Hoda is down into P17.
And Zavio's involved too, I believe. Let's see if he has damage. I don't see any. I assure you, damage is on.
I checked. I I don't know. I think it's just because on this track, it's likely to just hit into people like while you're turning, so you're just gonna bang wheels.
Yep. Oh, Luglon, 2/10 back on Raccoon. Now 3/10. And yellow flags. That's a random yellow flag. No, ignore. If Luglon can get this corner right, we may see Luglon make a move for P2. And he does not get the corner right at all.
Very far back.
Snap overs here. And
Coda
gets another 10 second time penalty.
Oh, same thing that happened to Lucas. He like slid off the track there, and it just gives you 10 seconds because it thinks you're
I
gonna
would
cheat.
normally not think of that corner for a moment to make that kind of mistake.
I think it's you can skip from like that corner to like the main straight.
Yeah. And Visa has left the session. I believe Coda is parking the car. Meanwhile, Mystic takes the lead. Coda's retired from the race. There's our first retiree. No flags are for him. Raccoon leads by Mystic, then Lugladen. And Mystic gets it, and Raccoon stopping on the track. And it's starting to get overcast, so the rain is inbound. Question is, though, when will it hit? Optimus gets a 3-second time penalty. Add on to the end of his race. And Brosty's trying to get into this battle as well. We have yellow flags again. It's Lucas. He's gone off again. The same spot. Doesn't get the 10-second time penalty this time. But is now down to P15. So his race has gone from bad to worse. And we will see as Mystic and Raccoon are battling. And Raccoon takes the lead into one.
Lugladen,
gets a
3-second penalty. He's gonna have someone on the inside now. They are all within like, tenths of a second of each other. Lugladen gonna try to get a switchback on Mystic. It's gonna be close going into this corner.
I think he's gonna send it.
Mystic back into the lead.
But here comes Brosty.
Lugladen gonna take a
also
path through. Ooh, contact.
Did we just go 3 wide there for a moment? I think we might have.
Maniac up to the
Well,
back
it's getting
too.
dark out on track though. I think the rain is here.
I wonder when people will pit, because you can stay out in the rain for between 2 to 3 laps, but if you stay out for that third lap, you can be screwed, or you can get massive benefit.
Well, also the real question is how long is the rain going to stay? Because if it's here and gone within a few moments, there's really no reason to pit.
If I think it's on track for like 4 laps, you shouldn't pit, but if it's on the track for like 5 or 6 laps, then you should definitely pit. I tried to stay out way too long in the rain one time when it looked like I was going to get a comfortable P2, and I dropped all the way back down to like 9th, so hopefully they don't make that mistake, but we'll see. We currently do kind of have a pack in front, all in the DRS to each other from 7th to 1st. This could be interesting as...
Actually, you say that, Luke Lawton may not get DRS.
Yeah.
I don't think he is. I think he missed out.
Glenn
he missed
appears
out.
to be struggling now. Maniac, the other soft runner in the top 7. Maniac seems to be doing okay.
Yeah, not bad running P5. And may get Brosty here. He's going to send it down the... No, he backs out the last second. I thought he was going to send it there. And I've lost interest. Wonderful. Hayes has a 3-second. Meanwhile, we'll take a look at Coon versus Mystic. Battle for the lead. Watch that for a moment until we get our intervals back.
Yeah, I had no idea why they just disappeared.
Yeah. Oh, and actually, Raccoon's running on low fuel. His yellow fuel light's on. Take a look at his telemetry.
If there's a safety car, he'll have to start lifting a lot.
Oh yeah. I mean, once you get safety car, you can throw that in lean and you'll get all that fuel back. And Raccoon's looking to send out Mystic into one.
And it's gonna start raining.
No.
It's gonna start raining.
It is raining already, I believe. I see drops.
Now the question is here is, do you pit?
It's here.
When do you pit? Because maybe they want to stay up. I wouldn't come in at the end of this lap, but maybe the next lap.
No. And Raccoon's gonna take the lead as DRS is still enabled. If I'm pitting,
Mystic.
I'm pitting lap 11.
I feel like that could be a little too late. I guess we'll see who comes out on top.
It depends how much.
Oh!
And Raccoon nearly spins, but he kept it. His tires might be a little overheated, but he keeps it together.
His front seven providing very excellent battle right now.
Yeah.
Yes, out of these 7, who will come out after pit stops in front?
And
it could be
flags,
anyone.
that's Mad Max! Mad Max has gone off. He's now down to P7. I believe he
spun in the first corner. Atmos along.
Yep. And he's got a front wing still.
Adrian.
And Luis has crashed into the pit lane wall.
I think he crashed on the side of the track. Maybe. I couldn't. It was kind of hard to tell from the minimap.
And he's about to get lapped.
Frosty.
No one's coming in yet.
Frosty's in.
That's early. That is early. But here comes Hayes. And Hayes is going to get ahead.
Maybe Hayes can get back up.
Intermediates.
Hayes might be able to get back into this battle here. But still, top
People are
6.
speeding it. I see the inters coming out. I think it's a bit early. Maybe next lap I could see people pitting for it. But I still think it's a bit early.
Currently looking at the lap times, they appear to be maybe around maybe like 5 seconds a lap slower at this current stage, which isn't a huge amount. So it's close. It's close to the crossover for inners. I'd pit this lap just to be safe.
I think we're about a lap away.
I'd pit now just to be safe because you don't want to be stuck on soft tires or mediums. It's just.
Right.
I would start checking tire temps to see how.
The Haas's made a mistake. They're on hards.
Oh my god. 0 lap hard.
Either that's a mistake or it's a brilliant strategy call if the rain should be leaving here in just a few minutes. And Raccoon's coming in. Mystic's gonna stay out.
So out of the top 7 that we originally had, Raccoon and Rossi half it onto the inners. Alan
stays out.
up into 5th. I want to see. I wonder what the gaps will be after all the pit stops happen. Really have to pit this lap.
And Raccoon's gonna come out miles ahead of his teammate Roasty.
Mystic only 8 tenths down on his fastest first sector.
Oh, and Lugla nearly spinning. It's getting one on track now. And Raccoon might pick the best time to pit. And yellow flags, that Mad Max off again.
Atmos about to be lapped by his teammate. Oh, Atmos is into the wall. Is that going to cause a safety car?
How's that not damage?
Is there no damage? No way.
Oh, he has slight damage. He has slight damage on his end plate.
Oh, I see, yeah. Well, coming around the final actual corner, Mystic and the top 5 have a choice to pit.
It is.
I'd only assume they all pit. They can't really take this corner flat out anymore.
Yeah, he's coming in.
Mystic in, Luglot in, Maniac, Alan, and
everyone's
Daz comes in. So I'm gonna.
Mad Max is out. He's retired the car.
Looks like it's on track.
Our second retiree from this race. He retired on track though.
Frosty. Let's see how close he is gonna be. Wait.
Well, really, it's Raccoon and Atmos is retired
as
well.
Raccoon will come out in front.
I don't think so. Not.
He's gonna get the alpha, and
he's gonna come out P3.
Okay, well he splits them. He goes a little deep into this corner. No penalty. But top 3, almost the same as they were. Lugladen did benefit though. He did catch up a lot to Mystic.
Well, I'm really just getting a whole position, and Raccoon's still low on fuel. I mean, you can't go to lean in the middle of the race unless it's a safety car or a VSC.
top 7 the same as they were just from a couple laps ago. This like top group that I was talking about, but they are much spread out now. They are spread out over like 10 seconds instead of 1. The rain really.
It's a top
Mystic
3 going at as Mystic went
on
AI for a second. Lugon's gonna spin off.
Oh, he's out of the race. He's spun out.
DRS has been disabled. He's not out.
Not out,
but
but
he's
yeah.
gonna rejoin P6 in front of Brosi, and Brosi might get him. On board Brosi, can he get him? No, Lugon's got it going once again.
He's running such a good race just for that to happen. That corner is deadly. You need to be extreme caution.
Yeah, especially in the wet.
Yeah, it's difficult.
And yellow flags, that's the Haas is having a moment. Yeah, it's J Street gone off, but he's going once again. And I believe Brosi might get Luke Lawton into 1. Luke Lawton has another time penalty. No DRS anymore, so no one's going to get that extra bit of top end speed. They'll still have ERS though. But Luke Lawton looks like just that bit faster, as Brosi's not using any of his ERS while Luke Lawton was. Meanwhile, Raccoon chasing down Mystic for the lead. I don't think he's going to get it done here. Meanwhile, Ian Lee gets a 3-second time penalty. We also have a battle for P3 as Manic is chasing down Alan B. Crazy. And I believe we have a moment. It is Luke Lawton again! He's now down to P10.
Just around the span of a lap, he go on from P2 all the way down to P10.
Not good at all. He was actually P1 when that thing happened, so he really went from 1 to 10. Even worse.
Oh, yeah, you're right, because he passed Mystic because he was on AI.
Meanwhile, we do have Raccoon. We've lost intervals again, but we get him right back. Perfect timing for losing intervals. And actually, you could see and hear Raccoon lift into 1. So he's trying to save fuel. Guessing he's thinking at this point there may not be a safety car, so he has to lift and coast here. Decent T saying we could see Allen on for the win. Allen's right there with him. Allen may get his first win of the season and get Mercedes some points. Who has the best lap currently? It is Ian Lee at 19.9. I don't think anyone's beating that if this rain stays for the rest of this race. Check penalties real quick. Most everyone has 3 seconds. J Street has 5, Xavier has 8, Lucas has 13, Gaskell has 12, LeBlanc has 6. Which I think Lucas might get that 10 move because of a spin instead of a giant corner cut. But we'll have to see the instant moves after. He gets another 3-second time penalty. As this race has, for the most part, started to spread out the drivers. Coon goes a bit deep. Out of 5. So Allen closes in by about 1/10 of a second. Yo, flags. That's Luis. He is out of the race. And we have a VSC. So there we go. We've now gone our first real timeout from this race. A virtual safety car.
Not a full safety car, interestingly enough. Everyone keep a similar gap to each other. Mystic does have a penalty, but at this rate, it looks like he will clear Raccoon by the line.
The real question is, does Alan get the jump on Raccoon or not? Because everyone has a delta, but if you could time it right, you can get an advantage by staying under the delta when it ends. So we'll have to wait and see. Really, Alan has already gained advantage. He's already closing by half a second. And we are going, and Luke Long is a drive-through penalty.
This could not get any worse for him right now.
No.
No
He
offense,
was
but
retiring, which
I
I wouldn't
don't
blame him at that point.
Since like lap 11, I don't know if there's anything for him to be happy about right now.
No.
Goes
Not
for
a single thing.
He kind of, I don't know.
His
Ellen
went from
up.
a great race to a terrible race.
Ellen up 9 places. Top 3 are close again. Just 2 seconds between them all.
Really? Also, look at Hayes. He's up 11 in the P8.
See what he can do from there. He is currently catching
2 seconds back
Ian.
on Ian.
It'll be close
They
as
both have 3 seconds.
we're just around 1.3 laps away from being halfway done.
Yep.
The order is, well, same leader, but pretty jumbled.
Been a good race so far. We've already lost 4 cars due to several incidents. And Luglon gets another time penalty. It couldn't get any worse for him if he wanted it to. He's still yet to pit with that drive-through penalty. He has to pit either this lap or next lap, or he will be disqualified. As the VSC ended before the topping line.
I believe Lugladen has 9 seconds of penalties, and he has 10 warnings. What's the drive-through?
So he's got to box this lap, or he'll be DSQ'd, which I would assume he pits this lap.
Raccoon, 2 warnings. Pretty clean. Allen, 2 warnings as well. SRS Maniac, 2 warnings as well.
Which, once you hit rain, the warnings will start piling up.
I think that's
I
questionable.
mean, with the understeer.
Oh, and GDG.
That's GG. Got it going, though.
I don't know, I think that in the rain, you kind of tend to be a little more conservative, and you're trying to like, you're not trying to use the whole track as much because it's just not as fast. You're just trying to get full power as soon as you can. So I feel it depends, because in the dry you're sending it as much as you can. Raccoon, little moment, he's okay though. Goes a
We actually
little
have a
deep.
close battle now. We have Brosi and Midas for P5.
Brosti gonna look down the inside, hold his line. Midas is using ERS around the curve. I would not do that, but
No, I would use it on a straight. There he goes.
Brosti, 40% ERS advantage.
Yellow flags. That's Gas Girl.
Raccoon with a 3-second penalty.
Gas Girl had a moment and has gone back on track. Again, why is there no damage?
Cesar Hayes 3. Oh, Maniac is off the track going into turn 5 and a massive lockup. He just lost probably around half a second there.
Yellow flags. That's GDG again. Lost it out on that long right-hander coming to the start-finish straight.
Trying to gain traction. Oh! And he almost goes into the wall once again.
Back on board with Brosti as he's chasing down Midas.
He's looking like he could send it very soon.
Yeah, he's looking at it. This is really not the place to send it, though. He needs to try to make Midas make a mistake so he can get an advantage for the next corner. But Midas pulling away here. Definitely a lot less downforce on his car. So I think he'll hold position going into turn 1.
They both
Yellow
crossed the
flags, it's
line
gas
with
girl
around the
again.
same speed. So I think Brosty just needs to apply as much pressure as he can and just drain his ERS to get close. Try to force a mistake. He is close now. I'm not gonna turn the. Oh, he is gonna turn the battery on. Sector
Gas girl
3.
spins
Gas
again.
girl spins out. Maniac,
And
3-second
gets a
penalty.
3-second.
As it stands, Allen is in a net P1. Amazing race from him so far. As it also stands, looks like Ian will finish the race with the fastest lap if it continues to rain.
Yeah, he's barely netting P1. He's at 2.9 behind Mystic right now. So just barely netting P1. He's now bounced outside that 3-second range, but we still have about 15 laps of racing to go.
Allen just within 2/10 of first place after penalties. Gonna be close.
Gas girl's now left.
Gas girl onto the wet tire. That must be a joke, because it's not raining that hard right now.
Well, I mean, honestly, when you're down that far, it's
Yeah,
like
you have to try
like
something.
when you got try something. At that point, when you're in last, the race can't get any worse.
I just would have waited for a safety car. Just hoped.
Yeah.
If Allen can stay within 3 seconds, as I said, he will win the race, but Mystic is not making it easy for him.
We'll have to keep an eye on Gas Girl with his times. See if it's actually time for the full wets, because you never know. We could be right at the edge.
Now, according to the lap times, they look like... Well, Maniac said his fastest lap of the race. That's fastest inner lap, last lap. And Mystic...
Raccoon goes AI! And Alan's gonna close all the way up! And Alan is now up to P2!
Maybe his mom came in the room or something. He's gonna fight it back, though. Will he send it? He is just in front.
Oh!
Raccoon
And he got him!
has to yield there. That does lose Allen just under a second.
But, I mean, free air is much better than dirty air, so I feel like Alan will start to close up.
Ian's gonna send one down the inside of Hayes. They're gonna make contact. Hayes is gonna have the inside line for the next corner, though. It is clean.
That outside is it's a much better line.
Hayes, will he send it on the inside? He's gonna stay to his line.
A decent T cheering on Alan. But Alan's actually fallen back. We have yellow flags, there's a Haas off.
J Street.
This is getting blue flagged. Yellow flags, it's Gas Girl. God dang it.
Meadis goes in front of Brosty. I think they trade positions there. Cesar Hayes, did he have a little spin there? Because he was right behind Ian Lee, and now he is not. Meadis with a 50% ERS advantage. Well, looks like he's a Brosty. It's like he could go for a move. Nothing better of it.
Maybe into 5 if you can get
Ooh,
a good
Meadis
run.
has a
Which that looks like a great
breaks
corner
late.
compared to Meadis.
Oh, so he's
this might
right
be moving to
behind
5
him.
before 5 even.
Meadis
I think
using
he's
the
going
rest of
for
his
it. We'll
ERS.
see.
He's gonna send it.
He's gonna go for it!
He's just gonna try to switch back, but there is no
Nice
room.
move. And he goes off the track, so Ian Lee's gonna get a free position. Didn't really have to do too much there as Luglon gets another time penalty. Poor Luglon. Decent T says Alan's gonna start closing, and we will see about that one.
Oh,
Alan so far having a great race.
looking at the lap times from now, he's just been falling back and back, but at a very slow rate, so...
Oh, Gaskell did pit for a set of intermediates, so we have our answer. Wets are not ready.
The Alpine in third is around 0.5 of a second back. Still
he
has the
gets
yellow fuel.
Another time.
Alan is, in a way, you gain a lot more ERS, but he is out.
1.6 back if you count the penalty. But Alan in that, not Alan, Mystic in that clear air, not having to worry about anyone right on him.
Great news
Just
for Mystic.
putting in
Oh,
laps.
Raccoon goes deep. Great news for Mystic that Raccoon is going to start catching up to Alan and probably slow him down.
Yep. He's enjoying that they're battling. That gives him time to pull away. But Raccoon, well, actually that was Manic was falling back. But Raccoon is now falling back as well. Alan's pulling away from Raccoon.
Raccoon still has the yellow fuel, but he has 90% ERS. Don't know what he's saving it for, but he might as well use it so he doesn't waste. He has it 100%.
Looking like we're under safety car with that ERS.
Never thought about it, but if your battery in your car is at 100%, like, is the software in your car just like, is it like, I don't know, like turn off curves or? I really wouldn't know. I'm not a Formula 1 engineer.
Right. But Raccoon actually pulls up a lot there to Alan. Alan might have messed up his corner there a little bit. But he's now 5 seconds back on Mystic. So he's not closed in at all. Or Mystic's just pulled away. This is now shrunken down to really the only battle on track. The only other one is Ian Lee chasing down Brosty for P5.
Maniac lurking behind, but not posing any real threat to Alan and
Not
Raccoon.
yet.
He is there.
He's there,
Ian-
but not posing any kind of...
Ian Lee's also
Oh, yellow
close.
flags! That's a Haas.
Okay. So the other Haas will be lapped by second now. Ian closing up on Brosty though.
Ian
We-
is closing up. Let's move to that real quick.
As Mystic crosses the line with a 5.5 second gap, we are 10 laps through. 10 laps away from the end. Pardon.
Decent T said he imagines once the battery hits 100%, the system would stop harvesting power. But that
What?
could be wrong.
Like, what happens if it just keeps harvesting? Just like,
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to reach over 100%, you know?
yeah, I
you never
guess
know.
so. Doesn't really happen, I guess.
Raccoon, meanwhile, back within half a second. Still dog gets another time penalty.
Up to 15 seconds for him now.
Yeah, struggling out here. Penalties once again. So I think we'll stay this way for the rest of the race. As we all know, everyone's on the intermediate tires. Lucas has 19 seconds of penalties.
That would drop him back,
Quite a way.
I think only
Well, no,
down
he
one
would
place.
only
Only
drop-
one place.
Yeah, he would drop one place.
Out of the points though, to his teammate.
And even if you take out that 10-second, if that does get removed, you can still drop it. Well, I don't know. DB's now outside. Let's see.
I don't know what Kroon's waiting for. He has 90% ERS. He has 90% advantage over Allen, and he has 3 seconds to go in front of him.
Using it.
I don't know, I think he should be more aggressive because he needs to get that move done at the start. Getting away.
Yeah.
And
Yellow flag. It's
GDG.
McLaren off. I believe that's GDG. He's now going to be lapped by Mystic, and we've lost gaps again. And here comes Mystic passing GDG.
Looks pretty static as of now. Everyone seems to have a solid enough gap to the car behind in front of them where no overtakes will probably be made without any mistakes. It's much harder to overtake in the wet if all the drivers are being clean because there's no DRS. And usually by now,
Ian Lee gets a time penalty. That's his second one of the race. Only 2 drivers are without penalties. That is J Street and Allen.
Raccoon coming back 90% ERS. I'm sorry, but I don't know why he's not just being more aggressive.
And GG is out. He retired in the pit lane.
I don't understand why Raccoon's not being more aggressive. He has 3 seconds that he needs to pull out from Allen, but he's just not really trying to do that.
Well, I mean, he's a reserve driver and he's actually on the podium right now, so I don't think in that sense you don't have to be aggressive when everyone else behind you has penalties.
Oh yes, if he
Besides
doesn't
the
want
car.
second, then he can just stick back in third.
And I mean, you also have the low fuel, and you also may be betting
Oh yeah,
on
the
a-
low fuel too. I
on
guess.
a mistake by Allen or a safety car, because we were still in that range. Once we hit lap 30, though, we're pretty much out of that range for a safety car. And that's GG. Fully retired from the race.
I wonder why the game does that. If you DNF and you're right in front of your pit box, you should just go into the.
Right. Alright, let's try to get this going again. Trying to rejoin now. Apologies for a moment there. Alright. We are coming back. We are back here. Let's try to see if we get NotPop back in here as well. As let's pull up all our information. Allen is further back than what we had a moment ago. People pitting for fresh sets of inters. And we have a VSC. We have a virtual safety car. On lap 28 of 33. We're almost on lap 29 now. Let's look at some information here. Mystic's been doing 35s. That's not right. 36. We got full wets now. And it is a lot heavier. So Allen is going to come out in P3 on the full wets. Can Hayes get him? Hayes is going to get him. So Hayes now into P3. We've gone green once again. Yellow flags in one. That's Brosty. We'll go on board with Allen as he's going to be chasing down Hayes and the rest of the field on these full wets, which I do believe is definitely time. And Allen moves into P3. Coon, he's still on yellow fuel. I bet Mystic and Brosby will be pitting this lap as it's a very heavy rain. And Mystic is in the pits. And he'll be going on to the full wets. Hayes gets a 3-second time penalty. So let's see if Allen could get a good run and catch Mystic. Oh, Mystic's actually going to another set of inters. And Brosy's out. Brosy has crashed and DNF. We have VSC again, and that's going to help Mystic. Will it though? Yes, it will! Mystic's gonna come out just ahead, and Mystic's actually gone off the track. And Mystic will get the position back. Or he's being told to give it to Allen. Allen's in the lead of this race. How things have changed here at the very end. We've just passed the 4 to go mark. Lap 30 of 33, we're still under VSC. Question is, when will we go green? And I also think Mystic's on the wrong set of tires. I believe we are going green. Maybe. We are green. And Raccoon might get Mystic right away. Raccoon is in the P2. As Mystic is struggling on the inters, and Luke Lawton spins round and is out of the points. Here comes Raccoon chasing down Allen, and Raccoon has finally got enough fuel to make it to the end. And here comes Raccoon now. Can he make a move into turn 1? He's still there, fighting, and he's not gonna get the move there. Maybe into turn 3. As we have 3 laps to go, he's not gonna get a move here. He's now fallen back on Allen by a lot. And Mystic is left in the dust. Alan is pulling away, so Decent T's prediction of Alan winning is correct right now. But can he hold on to it for the last few laps? Is the main question. F1 Raccoon is trying to close up again. This might be his last chance of getting Alan. If not, I think Alan might win this race. The Mystics now down to P4. He's got Ian Lee chasing him down. We have 2 to go here in very wet Portugal. Boone struggling right now to chase down Alan. Alan just appearing to be dominant on these wet tires. And Luglanen has retired from the race. He's had a terrible day. And he just said, forget this, I'm done. On the last lap, Raccoon's going to have to make a dive if he ever wants to win this race. And has a lockup and goes off the track. And I don't think he's actually going to get him. Go on board with Alan now as he's just pulling the gap. And now Alan, who only has he only has 6 points this season. Ian Lee's gonna get the fastest lap, and he'll get 11 points from this race. Old P3, but Alan will be up to 31 points. Well, actually, no, he'll pass Ian, as Ian will have 29. So Alan's going to be back into this championship fight as he's going to come around the final corner to win here in Portugal in this crazy race. Alan wins from F1 Raccoon. Man comes home P3. Mystic rounding the final corner, which I do believe he'll be P4. Ian P5. Hayes gonna come home and finish P6. Midas is gonna spin! And he's out! And he's going into the pit lane! No! Midas! Lucas comes home P7. Yam is gonna come home P8. driver today goes to CSR Hayes. What a race. There you have it. It's Alan who wins. Raccoon, Manic is our top 3. Looking through the rest of the grid. There's everyone else. We had quite a few DNFs. Even Midas. And there you have it. And that's going to be it today. From Competitive Sim Racing, tune in tomorrow to Match Mage for Tier 1. And that's it from us. We'll be back next week. Hopefully we get Silky back. I'm hoping at some point we get him here. And we'll be Baku, which is a very fun race. So